All right, it was an ugly week on Wall Street. The Dow dropping 715 points on Friday. That's more than 1.5% in a single day. Investors are worried because inflation is proving to be tenacious in the U.S., but there's also renewed concerns over President Trump's tariffs. In the newest escalation, Trump said this week the U.S. will impose a 25% tariff on all cars and car parts shipped into the U.S. starting next Thursday. And Trump says his goal is to bring auto manufacturing back to the U.S. ultimately. But here with me now is Erin Keating. She's a Cox Automotive Executive Analyst. Great to see you. So if anyone is needing to buy a car, particularly a new car, because the average price of a car is something like $45,000, right?
That's right. Closer to 48, unfortunately.
Oh, wow. Closer to 48. They have to now bank on the fact that it may cost them somewhere between $3,000 and $15,000 more with these tariffs?
Certainly, it will depend on which vehicle you're looking at, but we know that the most affordable vehicles are going to be hit the worst because most of the cars under $30,000 are made outside of the U.S. So we are saying that if you are in the market right now, get to your dealerships, work with them on what you need. But if you're 6 to 8 months out, things are changing rapidly. Maybe hold steady. It's not a crisis just yet, but the automakers for sure are working through plans right now to figure out how to help the consumer.
So perhaps you're not going to get that new car now. You're going to appreciate what you have, but somewhere in that 6 to 8 months, as you were, mentioning, what about if, you're going to need parts? You need to get your car repaired.
Right.
A lot of those parts are coming from elsewhere. It means you're going to be paying more?
For sure. I mean, now we know that there is a little bit of a reprieve on the parts till May 1st, so that will be a little bit more complicated. But just to note, I mean, car prices will immediately elevate, we believe, because more demand coming into the showrooms will drive more dealers and automakers to pull back on discounting and incentives. And then, of course, when new car prices
that 0% finance,
right,
those kind of deals,
yeah, those types
bye-bye.
of things, bye-bye. And when people are, looking at new car prices really high, they then look at used cars. So guess what else is going to go up? Used car pricing.
Wow. Okay. So listen to what President Trump said this week about the role of these new tariffs.
Car companies and every other form of company, they're pouring back into our country at levels never seen before. They're all coming in so they don't have to pay tariffs. It's very simple, because if you build your product in the USA, there is no tariff.
So are you seeing evidence that automakers are pouring back into the USA as a result of these impending tariffs?
I mean, I think we have to remember that foreign automakers have been pouring investments into the U.S. for 6 decades. And of course, Hyundai just announced that they were putting an additional $21 billion into the U.S. Toyota has invested over $50 billion over the decades. Honda has made significant investments as well. So most of the foreign automakers have been already making investments in the U.S., and they will continue to do so. It's a great country to be able to do business in. But just remember, even cars that are U.S. made, on average, have about 48% of their components and parts coming from outside. Exactly.
So if the president says this will incentivize or at least lead to more auto manufacturing in the U.S., I mean, the infrastructure has to be there. Yes, you may have some factories, but isn't the reason why a lot of these automotive makers, stopped making some of the parts here is because it's cheaper?
Sure. I mean, again, that's why our most affordable vehicles are made elsewhere. Labor costs are lower, parts are lower, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, there's a lot of business reasons why you would diversify where you build your product. Remember, this is a global industry, so these companies sell all over the world. So it's not just, this isn't the only market they're selling into, nor is it the only market that they're manufacturing in. So there's lots of reasons an OEM or an automaker, as more people call them, would be doing this. But, again, we're a good, healthy market. We're one of the top, if not, well, next to China, the largest vehicle market in the world. There's good incentive already for them to try to reshore some activities and continue as EVs, electric vehicles, come online and so forth. But this speed of change that we're looking for is going to be a little bit more difficult.
So if there's going to be any immediacy as a result of the tariffs, it's the immediacy is going to come in, you're going to spend more, as opposed to the immediacy of suddenly the U.S. is going to start manufacturing more goods.
Right. You would spend more, sooner. And again, this is on RAV4, Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, crossovers, and compact SUVs. These are the most popular cars in the country. And a lot of those popular brands only have so many vehicles on the ground right now. So if there's any slowdown in production or stoppage in production, which we're not saying is going to happen just yet, it could mean that you just simply can't find these vehicles on lots, and that will lead to higher prices also. So it's not just the tariff that might get hit on top of it, but again, supply and demand.
Right.
We don't have enough supply. We saw it in COVID. You pay more for things.
You're painting a bumpy road ahead.
I'm painting, yes, a good car analogy.
Right. All right, Erin Keating, great to see you.
Thank you
So much. Appreciate it.